Hey there, I'm at the church right now because I have to consolidate some kits and everything else because we're moving soon. But in this video, we're gonna be talking about this guy right here. It is the Boss FS5U. It's technically a sustain pedal. I use it for a kick drum, actually. I'll get into that in this video. Before we do all that, I have to go consolidate some kits because, like I said, we're moving and I'm gonna get a jump on that right now. So if you wanna find out about this, you'll have to just keep watching the video, I guess. Does that really mean? I'm sorry. I promise we will get into this and everything that I have to say about it. Just keep watching and you'll hear everything I have to say about this guy. Let's go. This is the smallest kit, so we're starting with the easiest kit, and we'll work our way up. Car's right there. One thing when you're transporting stuff on this, and I learned this the hard way, is to always, ooh, sounds really good. Always have a hand on the Stacko drums, otherwise drums will topple over to the car. You know, I have my snare in the car, and I have drumsticks in the car, and I haven't actually played my new snare Irma with like a full kit. The only thing I've actually done with her is that acoustic thing, which the link to that video will be up there somewhere. So I had an idea. What if I set that drum set up right there, just kick and snare, super simple, and played for a few minutes. And now for the most important thing that's not the most important thing, drumsticks. Hey! Alright, that's enough messing around. I actually have to get back to work. Also, the nice thing about having a small kit like that is it literally took like 2 minutes to set up, which is great. It's one of the reasons why I wanted it, because everything's like kind of self-contained and all that stuff, but now I actually have to get back to work, so hopefully that was fun for you. It's fun for me, got to play Irma. Alright, back to work. See, one of the main things, or one of the main reasons I bought this pedal is because it's metal, and using it as a kick drum pedal, you obviously want it to be kind of sturdy because my foot's gonna be like slamming down on it. So I wanted something where the casing was like aluminum or metal, not like plastic, and this is actually a button instead of like a little lever that the other ones have. It's really rugged, which is why one of the reasons I bought it. We'll continue this review at home so that I can actually sit down and talk to you about it and show you it. I'm gonna put my stuff in here and then we'll head home to the house. I got coffee on the way home because I was feeling a little tired. All right, we're gonna talk about that Boss kick drum switch that I mentioned earlier. But first I have to grab the drum pad out of that case and set it up and all that stuff. So let's do that. This is really good. I said a 12 ounce, but they ended up giving me a 16 ounce. But I don't know if they just gave me a 16 so that I would actually get 12 ounces of liquid, because with an iced coffee you lose some because you put ice in. Anyway, good coffee. So we're sitting here. This is like the typical setup. Here's my foot switch connected to my Roland pad, and to like trigger everything, I'm gonna use my favorite drumsticks. If you wanted to check them out or try them out, which I highly recommend, the links will be down in the description for this and for this guy. And the drum pad too, if you wanted to get the whole thing. But highly recommend these SD2 Boleros from Vic Firth. They're my favorite because they're maple instead of hickory. If I should make a video on these drumsticks, leave a comment down below and I will do that. All that to be said, let's get into this whole thing. So the reason I ended up making this kind of thing work is because I wanted something that was easy to set up but also easy to play. And having a separate kick drum for acoustic shows is way easier than having to worry about playing a kick drum with your left hand like you would in a more traditional setting with a drum pad like this. So here's the drum set. This is triggering a kick drum sound, and then the rest of the kit is like just random stuff. And then underneath here is just another kick drum, but this is the main kick drum right here. And you can see just by hitting this, it triggers this guy, which is good. To set this thing up, it was actually really simple. All I did was plug a 1/4 inch in from the 1/4 inch jack on the Boss FS5U, and then from that, the 1/4 inch went into the foot switch on the back of the Roland pad like you would a sustain pedal. After I did that, I just mapped it on the drum set to a external pad within the mini settings. The easiest way to get to that is to plug this stuff in, go to menu on there, click pad, and then hit whatever pad you desire to map it to, and it'll automatically register, and you just assign a sample to that pad. Super easy. So as you can tell, I can actually like play the drums really easily. Like I have the kick drum right there, I have the snare or whatever, and then the toms right there, and I'm not having to worry about going. And it just makes it a lot easier when this is the only instrument you're playing. Like you can just, it just makes it a lot more musical, and it's something that I'm more used to. And like I said, like this thing being metal and everything else, it can really take a beating. Like my foot is stomping on this thing and it can take some abuse, which is nice. Now let's talk about price. We've talked about the build quality and how I route everything on here. Let's talk about how much this thing actually costs, which is honestly probably the best thing about this. I mean, aside from it actually working really well and it being metal and everything else, it's just a really nice benefit. On Amazon, you can find this guy for a couple of different prices. So here, going to all the buying options, you can get it for anywhere from $39.99 to $35.99, depending on where you go. I bought this guy from Guitar Center, but I'll put a link to the Amazon down in the description because it'll be the same price and everything else. And for $35 for a foot switch, it's gonna be metal, durable, and everything else like that. You can't really beat it. And I mean, worst case, if it does end up breaking, I got the protection plan for Guitar Center for like $8 for 2 years or something like that. But even if I didn't have that, $35 is not bad to have to like spend if this thing does break, which, it being metal, I don't think much can go wrong with it. The only thing I can see going wrong is maybe the switch breaks or something like that, because this is kind of plasticky. But the nice thing about it being a button and not being an actual lever like a traditional sustain pedal is it can take more abuse, or I would imagine it can. But aside from it being cheap and everything else, the main reason I wanted to get it was because it's a really nice alternative to make you feel like you're playing a real drum set when you're having to play something like this that's a little more not traditional. It was super easy to set up. I mean, I set the thing up at that gig in like probably 5 minutes max, and that's with talking to people. So super easy to set up, very versatile and durable, and pretty affordable. It has my stamp of approval on it. Like I said, if you're interested in ordering this switch, the drum pad, or these drumsticks, all of those links will be down below and you can check them out for yourself. If you got value out of this video, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. And with that, I'm gonna call the video right here. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and hit the like button too. That'll help me out. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.